A few weeks ago, a good friend of mine passed away. His name was Erik de Santiago. Many people in the YouTube community especially knew him as Coop. He used to say that people call him Coop because he looks like Bradley Cooper. He didn't look anything like Bradley Cooper, but that was the joke. And that's the kind of guy he was. Always had a joke, always being silly, always making you laugh.
Okay, we're rolling. Give me a slate.
He was a genuinely great guy. He always lifted the spirits of everyone in the room, and he was such a joy to be around. He was also very humble. I met him at VidCon in 2013 through a mutual friend, and I didn't find out till several years later that he was a part of a very successful baseball-themed YouTube channel. And he had hundreds of thousands of fans. And that was another testament to the guy that he was. You would never have known that he had such a big following. I only found out because he was working with me on a film project, and he offered to get us access to the YouTube space. And I said, wait, what? You have to have crazy numbers to get there. And he said, I do. I was blown away. Not that he wasn't deserving, because if anybody was deserving, he was, but because he never talked about it, he never bragged about it, he never held it over anyone's head. You just wouldn't have known. He was very humble like that. He and I bonded over a mutual love of movies and filmmaking. I had an indie production team, and he wanted to make movies. And even though he had the numbers to get access to bigger budgets and bigger crews, he wanted to work with me because we became friends. And it wasn't until the second project that we worked on together that he mentioned the following that he had in the YouTube space and everything. I brought Erik onto my crew right away. He worked on Time in 2014.
Team 24, take 5.
Roll. Game on.
Oh, back. Erik, you gotta go back a little. Erik.
That's the other way. That's forward.
Back. You gotta go back further. I can see you.
We want Erik position 2, not 1.5.
Alright, we're good.
Ready?
Good.
Action!
I didn't see you there. I'm Rocky Balboa, and I want to talk to you about a very important issue. The snap finger.
Scene 27, take 4.
Where you're standing right now is out of the light. Don't step that far in.
Did you know
That's good.
that millions of people ruin their fingers every single year on the snapboard? That's why with your charitable donation of just $12.95, you can get people like Erik right here Band-Aids, safety equipment, and sometimes even goggles to help them prevent themselves from snapboard injuries.
Off the Cuff in 2015.
Right, yeah, like silly boy. Really?
And then he kind of goes for it.
She's going to say something along the lines of, I want her to say them. I found them, because at this moment we don't know they're looking for the handcuffs, so we think they're looking for you guys.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
And Billy in 2016. He would have been a part of Who Dun 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 It in 2016, except he wasn't able to make it because of scheduling conflicts. Then 2017 rolls around, and we went into production on The Darkest Timeline, and Erik was meant to be a part of that. It was based off the short film Off the Cuff that he helped develop. He played a character in that short called The Gardener.
Oh my god.
I know, baby.
No, no! Where are we?
What happened?
I don't know.
Why are we dressed like this? What did you do?
I didn't do anything! I just put these cuffs on like you wanted me to.
What, so you're saying it was the cuffs?
It sure as hell wasn't that kiss.
Right, what are you kids doing back there?
Oh, we gotta get out of here.
What do we do?
Alright, you better get out of here now!
Quick, what do we do?
You can try the cuffs again.
And he not only helped create that character, but also the overall concept as well. He even came up with the name Therf, which is one of the main characters. And when I developed Off the Cuff into The Darkest Timeline, I based the character of the gardener on Erik, intending for him to play it. And I was truly honored that he wanted to be a part of it. I even gave the character the nickname Coop with the same explanation. People call me Coop because I look like Bradley Cooper. That character basically was Erik. But right as we went into production, Erik started to have serious health issues. He was never able to make it to set because he was always in and out of the hospital. And when he was out of the hospital, he was on mandatory bed rest. He did make it to the initial table read, but that was it. Not only did he have an injury in his lungs that made it difficult for him to breathe, limiting his mobility, but he also was battling weight issues and a weak heart. By this time, he had become more than just a crew member. He was a friend, to not only myself, but to many people on the crew. We all started looking for ways that he could still come to set, locations that wouldn't require too much walking to get to and stuff like that. Eventually, production on Timeline stopped for unrelated reasons, and we all hoped that when production started again, Erik would be healthy enough to join us. I know Erik was looking forward to being a part of it. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I received news that he suffered a crippling heart attack and passed away. Right away, the world got darker because a bright light went out, and I was stunned and saddened, and I didn't have the strength to talk about it until now. He was really young, too. Late 20s, I believe. Taken way too soon, and he didn't deserve to go out like that. After I found out, I went to my Facebook Messenger and I looked at the last conversation that I had with him, which was from about a month before. He invited me to something that he was doing, and I told him I couldn't make it. I was too busy. To that, he said, "Okay, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight." And I said, "I'm sorry, my friend. Try to be brave." To which he replied, "I'll try. For you." I'm sure he wasn't really going to cry himself to sleep. That was the kind of sense of humor that he had, but the next time we spoke after that, which was the last time that I spoke to him, was a few weeks after that, and therefore a couple of weeks before he passed, and he told me that he had just seen the last short film that I did, and he really enjoyed it. And that hit me pretty hard. I wish that I had taken the time to go with him to the thing that he invited me to. I know that I can't focus on things like that. Life happens. But if there is a takeaway from this, it would be life is too short. Sometimes really short. And you never know what conversation that you have with someone is going to be your last conversation with them. One final thing real quick. I'm going to keep the character of the gardener exactly the way that it is. Written for Erik, based on him, and dedicate the show to him. So at the end of every episode, it'll carry the dedication for Erik. I think he'll appreciate that. Rest in peace, my friend. I'll miss you, buddy.